Once upon a time, a long time ago, there was a wealthy squire. He lived in a magnificent mansion. There were beautiful fields all around, and he had many things, beautiful furniture, lots of servants, but he did not have a wife. Well, he had had a wife years ago, and she had got sick and died. And so he had been kind of lonely for quite a while. And one day he was out walking, admiring the fields and the meadows nearby, when he saw a beautiful young woman. Well, he was stricken right away. It might be love at first sight. He saw her, said, "Oh, I recognized her. She is the poor daughter of the neighbor farmer, the one who owes me money. I think I should marry her. And all I have to do is mention it, and she'll be so happy to marry me." So he marched right up and said, "Well, good day, young woman." Said, "Oh, good day, sir." Said, "I've been thinking I will marry." And she said, "Oh, well, people think many things. Good for you. I've decided I will marry you." She said, "Well, thanks so much for the offer, but no, thank you. I won't be marrying you." And she went on her way. Well, he was outraged. He was shocked. He couldn't believe it. And he decided this cannot be true. So he marched home and he thought, and he called up her father, the father who was the farmer, and had him sent for. "Come on over, because I need to tell you, I have an offer for you. I'm going to get rid of the debt that you owe me. Actually, I'll throw in an extra 40 acres. And all you have to do, I want to marry your daughter. I already asked her, and she, can you believe it, refused me." The father said, "Wow, that is amazing, generous offer. Um, I'll talk to my daughter. I'm sure she'll change her mind. She's very smart, and I know she'll come around." So he marched home and said, Daughter, I've just been with the squire, and he has a very generous offer. He wants to wipe out our debt, give me some more farmland. All you have to do is marry him." She said, "I will not. I refuse, father. I do not love him. He is ugly and he's a pig, and I won't." Well, they had quite an argument for quite some time, and he was pretty sure she was not going to change her mind. But one can hope. Well, a few days went by, and the squire sent for the farmer again, said, "Okay, so are we ready? Do we have a deal?" And the father said, "Okay, this is what I want you to do." Yes, of course we do. Why don't you get everything ready for the wedding, get it all set, call the minister, and then you can send somebody for my daughter. Say that you have work for her to do. She'll come over, and as soon as she arrives, she'll see everything beautiful wedding. She'll change her mind, be swept off her feet, and you guys will marry and be happy ever after. He said, "Well, good plan. Makes sense." So father went home, hoping it was going to be all right. Well, the squire did. He worked hard. He called, well, at least his servants worked hard, sent out invitations. They baked cakes, made a feast, set things up in a beautiful way in the royal ballroom for this event to happen. The minister was on his way, and so he said, "Okay, it's time." He called one of the stable boys, "Run over down the road to the farm. I want you to go over there and pick up that I've made the arrangements for." And said, "Okay." So he hopped on his horse, headed on off. He said, "I wonder what I'm getting, but okay." Got there, said to the farmer, "Good day, sir. My master, the squire, sent me over to pick up whatever it is that he is sending for." Said, "Oh, good. Yes, she's out in the field. You can go get her there." Okay. Went over to the field, and there he saw the beautiful farmer's daughter, and she was raking. And he said, "Well, good day. The squire sent me over here to pick up whatever I was supposed to pick up, and your father said she was out here." Said, because she was not only beautiful, she was smart. Said, "There, cooked that up. I know." Said, "Oh, what, you were supposed to pick up that?" "Yes, that was the gray mare. Saddle up over there. Why don't you take her on over, and have a good day, sir." And so he said, "Oh, grab that," tied that horse to the back of his, headed on off. marched right inside, said to the squire, "Yes, good day, sir. I went as fast as I could, and I have her outside." He said, "Outside? Well, I want you to have her brought all the way up to the bedroom upstairs where she can get ready." Said, "To the bedroom? How am I going to do that?" "Just bring her up. If you need help, go ahead and get some help. But hurry up. The guests are arriving. It's time." So he went and he got a couple of his buddies, and they horses don't like going upstairs, but they pushed and they pulled and they got her going on, and finally got her all the way up and stuck her in the bedroom, shut the door. He came running down and said, "Okay, yes, sir. She's up in the bedroom now." I said, "Oh, well, good. Now go get some of the kitchen lasses and have them dress her for the wedding." "Dress her for the wedding?" "Yes, put on the bridal gown, and well, and don't forget the beautiful flowers for the hair." "Are you sure?" "Yes." "Well, and if there's any problems, somebody might have to hold her down, but it's fine." I said, "Okay." So I ran to the kitchen and said, "Okay, ladies, I have the weirdest job, but you know, the squire, he wants what he wants. So I want you to go upstairs, dress the horse in wedding gowns." I don't know why. Maybe he's going to play some kind of a joke for the amusement of his guests, but go decorate her and make sure to put the flowers in her hair, I guess. So they giggled and they laughed, but if the squire wants it, sure. So they ran up the stairs. Uh, Maybe when you were young, you tried to dress cats or dogs in doll clothes. Not easy to do, even harder for a horse, but they worked. They had to split some seams. They got things, but pretty soon, well, actually, a horse looks pretty good in a bridal gown. And they put on the veil and the flowers, and so the squire ran upstairs and said, "Okay, she's ready. She looks good." And he said, "Oh, well, that's excellent, because the music is starting. Bring her down the stairs, bring her on in." And the squire went and stood in the front. Well, the music started, dun, 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 dun. And well, as much as horses don't like going upstairs, they really don't like going downstairs, but they pushed and they pulled and they got that horse made clomping sounds. Well, pretty soon everybody there turned around and they all looked, and they started laughing. They were laughing. They were rolling in the chairs. Pretty soon, even the minister joined them and said, "Well, guess there won't be a wedding today." The veil blew up and you could see, indeed, it was a horse. So everyone laughed so hard. Actually, if you went to that town, they were laughing today. Even now, as I think about that horse in that wedding gown. As for the squire, well, he gave up his seeking of love. He never did marry again, but he sure did keep that little gray mare. And that is a folk tale from Norway called The Girl Who Would Never Marry.